Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be using, the clarification deck, and the advice deck that I'll be pulling from to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Pisces, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have nothing as yet set in stone with the Six of Swords in reverse. When I pulled this card, the thing that I was the most drawn to is the imagery. And it's just like the overall kind of chaos, and the treacherousness of the imagery of the sea in this card. And I feel like that's a lot of what your past was about, just feeling very chaotic, very overwhelming, maybe experiencing a lot of, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be okay. I don't know what to expect. And feeling with the Six of Swords in reverse, like very stuck in that energy, feeling as if you couldn't find a way out of kind of that chaotic-esque energy. Now, in your current energy, you have it's time to take action with the Two of Wands. So it's interesting because this is a pretty big switch from this past energy. And I feel like this is like feeling called to a certain direction or a path opening up in some way that I feel maybe you didn't see before, or maybe you were afraid to take, or maybe, kind of appeared out of the blue. I'm not sure, but I do feel like this is some sort of path opening up for you that the universe is kind of pulling you toward here. I don't know necessarily what this is in regard to. Obviously, take it as it resonates. But then in your immediate future, you are good enough with the Chariot. So I feel like this is very much like whatever door is opening or path is being revealed, or wherever you feel maybe your soul is being called to, or I'm not sure, but it's almost as if the universe is saying like this is meant for you, and you are good enough to reach the kind of outcome and success that you're looking for in this certain aspect of your life. Overall theme of the reading is clear endeavor. So it feels like, I don't know exactly how to put this into words other than saying it feels like the path is clear, but it's almost like I don't know if it seems too good to be true, or if it's just very out of your comfort zone that you're like, oh, there's no way that would work, or like if you just aren't completely sure of it yet, or like this path hasn't been revealed to you yet. I don't know what it is, but I do know that once it is, like it's going to be clear as day that like this is the right thing for you. Interesting. Okay, let's dive in. Let's see what we got going on here, Pisces. This is for Pisces recent past, clarifying nothing is yet set in stone. Past energy for Pisces. And like I said, it feels like this current energy is quite a bit of a switch up from the past energy. You have the Death, the Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Cups in reverse. So this is about expectations. Three of Pentacles in reverse is kind of this energy of things either falling apart or not really coming together in the way that you would want it. And then obviously you have this Death card here. Endings, end of cycles, but the Death isn't necessarily like a bad ominous card. It's every ending comes with a promise of a new beginning, and sometimes the new beginning can actually be quite a bit better than the ending that we're experiencing, and it ends up being worth it in the end. But I feel like that's what this past energy is like the end of a cycle approaching. And, typically when we get closer to the end of a cycle, it is a little bit more intense. The emotions are running a lot more high. Things just feel a lot more overwhelming. And typically the reason for that is, our ego actually very much prefers to stay in old cycles. It prefers to stay in painful situations and situations that it knows it can survive, because that's your ego's primary goal, is the survival. So even if something isn't good for you, your ego will actually want to try to pull you back to that experience, because it wants to stay, again, where it knows that, like kind of how things are going to go. And I feel like maybe that kept happening for a while, and that's why you felt stuck, is the option of like moving out of something or moving away from something, or moving toward a new beginning, whatever resonates with you, was really scary. And I feel like, or just overwhelming in general. And sometimes when we don't, when we're afraid of the unknown, we tend to kind of stay in what is known and what is familiar, even if it doesn't make us happy, or even on the flip side, even if it hurts us. I don't know. This switch up here is very interesting. So I'm curious to see what happened. Past energy for Pisces. I don't know if this is like, I finally had enough, like enough is enough. Four of Pentacles in reverse, because here's the Six of Swords in reverse, right? So same Six of Swords in reverse as we have right there, but then you have the Hierophant with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Justice, interesting card. So it kind of feels like, this, I don't know if it was out of the blue. It was like both out of the blue and a long time coming. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, it was bound to happen, or like looking back, you see the sign. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do feel like this is very much like rug ripped out from underneath you kind of energy. Just whatever even little like sense of stability you had kind of being taken from you. Because again, this card, like just the waves and the intensity of the imagery, I feel like is kind of a direct representation of what was going on in your life at the time. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just like everything completely fell apart, or, because again, it feels like it was both out of the blue and a long time coming. But this Hierophant is interesting because it feels like you handled it different than you've ever really handled a situation before. It's almost like you handled it from a wiser, more grown perspective, which is kind of how growth works, right? It's when you realize that you're reacting differently to certain situations, which is why I feel like maybe this you'd been in this energy for a while, but then something happened and you were like, I finally had enough, or I finally see that I don't have to settle, or I finally see there's a way out, or I don't know exactly what it was, but it feels like you started looking at it from a very different perspective, which I feel is where this kind of flip in energy started to come from. Past energy for Pisces. Page of Pentacles, and there you are as the Queen of Cups. It's almost like I don't know, this feels like a wake-up call. Not necessarily like I don't know if you had a wake-up call, I don't know. It feels like a wake-up call, and it's almost like you realized, oh my gosh, there are other options, or oh my gosh, there is a way out, or oh my gosh, there are other opportunities. It's like you became unstuck, and it kind of feels like you became unstuck almost overnight. This feels like it was a very quick-moving experience. But yeah, wake-up call. A wake-up call. I don't know. But I don't feel like it's a wake-up call in the sense of like in a bad way. I feel like it was more just like you were like oh my gosh. Like a new sense of awareness almost. And then this Page of Pentacles. And then like this, I feel like, is what led to this switch in energy that you're experiencing now. So let's clarify this. It's time to take action with the Two of Wands. Where is Pisces at now? What's Pisces doing now? Because this doesn't feel even remotely similar to this past energy. Current energy for Pisces. The Hermit, Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Emperor. This is you taking charge, Pisces. This is freaking powerful. It's like this is a whole new side of you. It's almost like, because this hermit is like some self-reflection. Like, I feel like you've done some self-reflection. You realize things. And that sounds really vague. I don't know how else to put it without, kind of narrowing in on a certain situation. And since this is a general reading, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that it applies to whoever needs to hear it. But I just feel like it's like I don't know, it's like you came to certain conclusions and just like stepped into your power almost overnight. It's like everything became clear at once, because here's this emperor. You as this emperor. What the heck? I've never seen such a switch in energy like this. It's like, it's also, the Emperor and this is Aries energy. Like, it's very fiery energy, very powerful, very fiery energy. Step into your power almost overnight. And then I feel like that's kind of where, like I said, like this path becomes clear, or something opens up. It's like you're like, oh my gosh, like I am more powerful. I am capable. I am deserving. Like, I don't have to put up with this, or I can, start something new, or I can do this. Like, I don't know. It's really quite wonderful. All right, what does the Pisces need to know about their current energy? Okay, 9 Wands of the World. It's like you've been holding yourself back for a while, but I don't even know if you really realized you were doing it. It's like, it's almost like you've been stuck in this cycle for a while, and I feel like you are still kind of in the cycle. So I don't feel like it's totally closed yet, but I feel like you're getting to this point of realizing that you can close it in a way. But yeah, I feel like you've been holding yourself back for a while, not intentionally, okay? But stuck in something, and it's almost like you've made the decision now to get unstuck. And I will say, when it comes to bettering your life, or, even starting anything, like starting a new cycle, getting to a new phase, it starts with awareness. You first get to this point where you're like, you get to this place of being like, okay, like it's time for a change, or I'm the only one that's going to be able to make this change, or I need to make a change, or nothing's ever going to change. It starts with an idea, with an awareness, and then that awareness turns into action. That action creates the reality. And so I feel like you're in this like you're kind of in this limbo period, it feels like, between like closing out a cycle and really moving forward to something new. And it's not a bad place to be. It can be a little frustrating, because you obviously we want to get here, right? You want to get to where you want to go, but you're here, and there's no need for you to be frustrated. I don't want to invalidate experience, though. Like, be frustrated if you need to be frustrated. But I feel like, what you don't realize is through this kind of power that you're stepping into, you are literally closing out old cycles. And that's going to take time to do that. It's going to take time because, especially with this quick switch that I feel like you're going through, it's going to be very overwhelming. When you kind of have these new levels of awakening, and you kind of get to this place where you're like, I am done putting up with it. Like, I'm like, say in your relationships, you're like, I'm done being treated poorly. I'm done being taken advantage of. Sure, maybe that applies to a romantic relationship, but maybe it also applies to 1 or 2 friendships. And then maybe in addition, it also applies to 1 or 2 family member relationships. And you kind of have to navigate all of that, because like, yeah, you've stepped into your power, and yeah, you've realized that you're deserving of more, but it's also affected a lot of other areas of your life. And that's going to take time to really navigate those experiences. So right now is a time to be very gentle with yourself, very compassionate, very understanding, and in the sense that, like, yes, things are changing. It's not bad. But, like, I feel like there's so many old phases of your life that are being cleared out almost to make room for all these new experiences that you're headed toward. It's like you're stepping into your power almost seemingly overnight, and then that's allowing you like new, like doors that I feel like you didn't even realize existed are going to start to open because of this. Maybe they haven't yet. And maybe that's the frustrating part. You're like, okay, where's the payoff? Where's the benefit? I chose myself. Like, I'm trying to do the best I can. Like, where's the outcome? And like, it's going to happen. It very rarely happens on your timeline. But yeah, you're closing out a lot. Like, I keep saying cycles because I feel like you're closing out many different cycles in your life. Like, this isn't just affecting one area. It doesn't feel like. It could be. Take it as it resonates. But for the Pisces collective that I feel like I'm speaking to, it's kind of a very overarching like theme in your life at this point. What does Pisces need to know about their current energy? Oh, Page of Cups. You're very heavily guided. That's what you need to know. You have a lot of support in the spiritual realm as well as the physical realm. It's almost like the universe is saying, we will send you everything you need. Spirit is saying you will have everything you need in this process. And maybe you're like, well, I don't see how, and I don't see. I feel like this Page of Cups is really important because it's like, yeah, you're very heavily supported. You're very heavily guided. Open yourself up to that. Because then it's going to make it a little bit easier to not feel so overwhelmed when you know that you are supported and you can trust and lean on that support. This is really cool. This is really cool, Pisces. I feel like I said, it feels like it happened like quickly, but it was also a long time coming. And I know that sounds conflicting, right? It's like, how can it be a long time coming but happen overnight? And I think that that's typically how it goes. It's like once you make the decision that you're deserving of more, or once you make the decision that you see that you are powerful, that you are capable, or you're lovable, or you're deserving, or whatever the word is, whatever the case is for you, it's like once you decide that, the universe steps up and is like, hell yeah, you are. We've been trying to tell you this. And it's really cool the way that I feel like it's going to unfold moving forward. So let's see. Immediate future for Pisces. You are good enough with the Chariot. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? 8 of Wands. So forward movement. Queen of Pentacles, stability. Fool. Stability unlike you've ever known. Stability unlike you've ever known. What does that mean? It's not just financial. It could be financial, but it's like the Queen of Pentacles to me really represents like this security that goes beyond like the physical. It's like this emotional like sense of safety too. And I feel like that's where, because you've been in this chaos, right, for so long. It's almost like after the dust starts to settle, you have this awakening, you step into your power, and it's almost like it leads you to this like stability and sense of safety that you've never really known before. It's warm. Like I feel it in my heart space. It's very warm. It's very centered. It's very grounded. Like stability doesn't really cover it. I'm trying to think of a better word. I think safety is a good one. Because I feel like there's this energy of feeling very unsafe, right, for a long time in this energy. But then it's, yeah, there's this new beginning of safety. I'm going to keep the Queen of Pentacles on the deck in case it needs to be brought out again. So that's why I'm taking the Fool. All right, so definitely a new beginning. You're heading towards a new beginning. And it's like one that finally aligns with your worth. One that aligns with what you're deserving of. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? Oh no. Knight of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like, and then I'm looking at this Clear Endeavor card, because Seven of Pentacles is kind of like step-by-step investment, like showing up day by day, one foot in front of the other. Like that's kind of what I'm seeing this energy as. it's almost like as you continue to move forward in this energy, because, when you're stepping into your power, so to speak, and you start to realize that you're capable, deserving, lovable, right? All those words. There are going to be some days where you feel that way and some days where you don't. All right, there are going to be days where you're feeling great. You're feeling on top of the world. You're feeling capable and ready to handle anything. And there's going to be those days where you're not going to know how to get out of bed, okay? That's just part of life. There's the ups and there's the downs. But what you need to know is that every step that you take in this direction of knowing, believing, almost like believing in your power, believing in your deservingness, believing in the fact that the universe has your back, believing in that divine guidance. It's almost like you will have, because the Knight of Cups kind of feels like obviously a little bit of an add-on to this Page of Cups, this Page of Cups was really about divine guidance, knowing that you're very supported. And it feels like you will have all of the answers you need each step that you take. So if you're worried about how to get to point B, don't. Right now is not knowing all of the steps from point A to point B. Right now is about taking the first step in the direction to point B to get you to the next step. It's like it will continue to appear as you move forward. This clear endeavor, it's like the path will always be clear. Even if it's not fully clear, the next step will always be revealed. So you need to know moving forward, like if you're like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I don't know if I'm going to have the money. I don't know if I'm going to have the support. I don't know if I'm going to have this, that. Like you will, as you take steps on the journey, you will in divine time have everything that you need. And you are good enough to get with the Chariot. Like you're good enough to get to where you want to go. You're good enough to have that life you desire, that safety, that stability. You've been in chaos for long enough. Interesting. I love this for you guys. All right, what else does Pisces need to know moving forward? I knew it was going to come out again. There's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to clarify. I'm going to add on to this. What else does this Queen of Pentacles represent? Safety. Safety is such a word in this. Safety. It's like beyond stability. The Eight of Cups. The Ace of Wands. And then the Star. This Eight of Cups is really about leaving behind the old, a journey, right? Leaving behind the old for pursuit of the new. Ace of Wands, very action-oriented in energy of it's time to take action. It's almost like if you feel yourself really in the unknown, or you're starting something new, or you're entering a new phase, or whatever the case is, like you can be sure that it's going to lead, like that first of all, you're safe on the journey. Like you're safe, you're protected, the universe has your back. You can be sure of that. And that you're going to get further than you would have been, like in a better position than you would have been if you would have stayed in this energy. So if you feel like it only good can come, I feel like from this is what this is saying. You're safe. You're also safe. Safety. You're safe. But only good can come from this. I love it. I love it for you guys. I feel like it's been, I feel like I've had some tough energies pulled for Pisces in the past, and I really like that at least a certain part of the collective is stepping into this energy, because it's quite beautiful. And you might not feel it yet. It kind of be the stirrings of it maybe, but it's all about timing, and it'll happen when it needs to. All right, Pisces, thank you so much as always for your support of my channel. I'm going to hop on over to the extended, where we're going to look at what you can do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. So this is what you need to know. Extended is what you can do. I have, again, this clarification deck and the advice deck I'll be closing out with. Information for that is in the description box below. As always, Pisces, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Pisces.